Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, we'll be doing the review for the Lenovo P2. And this is a very different kind of a smartphone from Lenovo. This one has a 5100 milliamp hour battery. And yes, the battery life is actually very good on this device. And I've been testing this device for the last 10 days. And I've also included a lot of questions that you guys had. I asked about that on the YouTube community page, and I've taken down those questions also. But before we proceed, here is the specs and the general overview of the Lenovo P2. And this Lenovo P2 is sold in India via Flipkart in two variants, 3GB RAM and 4GB RAM. Again, as you can see, it runs on the Snapdragon 625 chipset, and it is having that massive 5100 milliamp hour battery, and it comes with a Super AMOLED screen. So this is the Lenovo P2 that we have, and the thing is that it is having a 5100 milliamp hour battery, and I got a lot of questions regarding the battery life, how much time does it take to charge and what not. And the first thing that I noticed with this device is that though it is having that 5100 milliamp hour battery, the phone is not very heavy. I thought it would be a brick to hold, but that's not the case. The weight distribution is done very well, and it doesn't feel like a very heavy phone for a 5100 milliamp hour battery. We also have this ultra power saving mode, and if you enable this, it goes into this black and white sort of a mode. But to be frank, guys, I never had to enable this one. As you can see right now, it's at 42% battery life, and it says with this ultra power saving mode you can get about 48 hours of battery life. But frankly speaking, I didn't have to use this one. And now regarding the charging time and the charger and whatnot. The good thing is that the supplied charger is a very fast, custom fast charger that Lenovo has given, one of the fastest. And this is my voltage analyzer and ampere meter. And I also tested this with this one. And as you can see in the video, it shows the wattage, and it was pulling about 25 watts of power, between 25 to 18 watts of power. And regarding the voltage, as you can see, I took the screenshot with this one. As you can see, it was pulling at 12 volts and almost at 1.95 amps. So it is a fast charger, and it charges really quickly. I would say if the first 90% of the charge, it charges in about 90 minutes, but the last 10%, it takes a lot of time to charge, almost about 25 minutes. So it takes almost about roughly close to 2 hours, slightly less than 2 hours to charge completely. But again, you might say that is bad, but again, 90% of the charge in 90 minutes for a 5100 milliamp hour battery is a good thing. Another good thing that I noticed is that while charging, this handset does not become very hot. The charger, I noticed and analyzed it, it was pulling at 25 watts, but in the middle it used to drop down to about 18 watts. So it does not heat up a lot even while charging. In terms of battery life, I would say the battery life is actually very good. If you're sort of a normal user, it should last you for about 3 odd days, as you can see with the screenshots. And in terms of screen on time also, it gave me very good screen on time, guys. This was with dual SIM usage, and I got a screen on time of about 10 hours with almost 3 days of usage. So the battery life is actually very good. With the normal user, I would say even if you're sort of a heavy user, it should last easily for about 1.5 days, and for most of the users it would last for about 2 full days. Now, next thing that a lot of people were wondering is that if you saw my unboxing video, you saw that it came with virtual buttons, but now as you can see, I don't have those virtual buttons. And again, it just has one physical button, that's this button. We don't have any buttons on left or right, but this one acts as the home button, back, and even for multitasking. Let me actually show you. Let's just go to the settings first, and how to enable this one first. If you just go to system buttons option, let me adjust the brightness, guys. And regarding the screen, I'll talk about that. The screen is bright enough. And if you go to the system buttons, by default, it will be like this. That is, this virtual buttons will be enabled. As you can see, we have this virtual buttons, and you can actually rearrange the order and stuff if you want. But if you disable this, you can disable it by clicking this, and the virtual buttons go off. Now this button is acting as 3 different buttons. It is a fingerprint scanner, obviously, but if you press, it is acting like a home button. And what happens is, let me open Twitter. If you press it once like this, it acts as a back button. Let me show you. Just tap and it acts like a back button. And if you keep your finger on it for a couple of seconds, it acts as a multitasking tray. So it enables three functionality within this button, and obviously this is also a fingerprint scanner, and the fingerprint scanner performance was good. You can obviously press this for unlocking. As you can see, it did very quickly. But this is an active fingerprint scanner, so you don't have to even press on it. If you just hold your finger on it, it unlocks. So that was regarding the home button and the virtual button options. And I also got a lot of questions regarding audio quality. And to give you an idea, let me just open YouTube and play one of my own videos. It has just a single speaker here, guys. But the good thing is that the speaker is loud. Let's just Redmi Note whatever this video, and this is the maximum volume.
Hi, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be doing the gaming review for this Redmi Note 4, and this is the one that will be sold.
So as you can see, though it does not have the dual speaker setup, but the single speaker is actually adequately loud, and it also has a little bit of bass in it. But this one does not have Dolby Atmos. It has Theater Max support, but not Dolby. Moving to the headphone jack, the headphone jack audio quality was also nice. I tested it with the Audio-Technica M50X. Now, quite a few of you have also asked me regarding the screen quality and what kind of protection it has. Obviously, it's a Super AMOLED screen that was made by Samsung. It has the auto brightness sensor and whatnot, as you can see. And also in outdoor lighting, that is in direct sunlight, the screen was visible. Regarding the protection used, it is having a Gorilla Glass 3, which is actually bonded to the Super AMOLED screen. So the screen quality is actually really good viewing angles, and it's a Super AMOLED screen that was made by Samsung. Now moving to general UI, again it is Lenovo's own UI, but again this is sort of close to stock Android that you can expect. Again, as you can see, very similar to stock Android. And so we have those different settings. If you go to preferences, default launcher is the Android launcher. You can go back to the Vibe UI launcher if you want, but by default it is on this Android launcher. And yes, for the most part it is fine, I would say. I didn't notice any lagginess while using this phone. Again, it's a custom launcher by itself, so you have these quick toggles and stuff. And also in the settings, you will have some extra options that are sort of provided to you. For example, this feature, you have these knock to light and whatnot. And VR mode, by default it will be switched off. You have to switch this on, then you'll get this VR mode, which is Theater Max. So it also has the high touch sensitivity mode and whatnot. So these are some of the customizations that Lenovo has provided. Regarding the Android version, it is running on the Android version 6.0.1, but again, it's a Lenovo device, so not very sure about Android security updates. They're very slow. This is supposed to get Android Nougat update, but I don't know when we will get that. Many of you have also asked me regarding the Reliance VoLTE support, and as you can see right now, it's running on the Reliance Jio SIM with VoLTE support. The thing is that for Reliance Jio, it's a dual SIM device, guys. You have to put the Reliance Jio SIM in the first SIM slot, because what happens is the first SIM slot that you put gets 4G enabled, but the second SIM that you put is 3G or 2G enabled. So to make it work with Reliance VoLTE, just put your Reliance SIM in the first SIM slot and start the device. You'll get the VoLTE support, and just after that you can put your second SIM. That'll work with 2G and 3G. So Reliance Jio with VoLTE works perfectly on this one. And moving to the camera, it has a 13 megapixel rear facing camera. It also has NFC support. Regarding the camera performance, it's sort of in the middle, I would say. It's not great, not bad. In outdoor lighting conditions, as you can see from the sample shots that I took in my garden, the pictures come out to be really good, and the camera performance is really good. It's a 13 megapixel Sony sensor that they are using. But again, when we move to artificial lighting conditions and low lighting conditions, it tends to struggle up because it does not have any optical image stabilization. You have to be really careful. But again, if we compare it with the prior generation of the Lenovo P1, I would say the camera is a huge improvement, especially the rear facing camera. Now, if moving to the front facing camera, which is a 5 megapixel shooter, I would say the camera performance is just average. In outdoor conditions, as you can see, where we have a lot of lighting, the pictures come out to be really good. But in indoor lighting and artificial lighting conditions, the pictures tend to be a little bit soft to my liking when you zoom in, as you can see. So the front facing camera is strictly very average, I would say. Now some of the video samples that I shot with this device. I'm recording this sample video with the Lenovo P2's rear facing camera, and I'm recording this at 1080p. We also have a 4K video option, but I would suggest not to use that because it does not have any optical image stabilization. And if you move around in the 4K, then the footage will be very shaky. And the audio is also being recorded via this one. So what I'll do now is I'll just go to walk around to give you an idea if how it stabilizes the video. I'm just walking normally. And guys, this is at 1080p. Recording this video with the front facing camera of the Lenovo P2. Again, as you can see, this is in outdoor conditions. And the audio that you're hearing is also being recorded by its internal microphone. So this should give you an idea regarding the video recording with the front facing camera of this Lenovo P2 in outdoor conditions. Moving to gaming, I played several games like Asphalt 8 and those ran fine without any issues. And the best part was that even with Asphalt 8, I did not notice any heating issues on this Lenovo P2. I also played this Nova 3, and as you can see, Nova 3 ran also very well on this device. So what do I feel about this Lenovo P2? I've made down some pointers. So let's go over the things that I liked about this device and the things that annoyed me and I hated about this device. So let's start with the things that I liked about this Lenovo P2. And I've got this question a lot. How is the cellular call quality and the cellular reception on this Lenovo P2? I tested this Lenovo P2 here in Hyderabad with Airtel 4G and Reliance Jio, and the cellular call quality and the reception were very good. Even the cellular call quality from the earpiece was good. And also I did test the speaker phone, as the speaker is actually really loud. Though it's a single speaker, even calls with the speaker phone were good enough. So no issues regarding cellular call quality or the cellular reception of this device. The biggest thing that I liked about this device again is the battery life that I got. It is having that 5100 milliamp hour battery, and I have to say this is the best performing smartphone that I have seen in terms of battery life. Again, yes, it is having a massive 5100 milliamp hour battery. I also like the fact that Lenovo has bundled a special fast charger on with this device. You don't have to buy a separate fast charger. But again, guys, it's a custom fast charger. Good thing is that it charges really quickly, even though it has a 5100 milliamp hour battery. But it's a custom charger. One con that I've noticed is that if I used even some other third-party fast chargers, it was not charging it as fast as the supplied charger. So to get the best results in fast charging, you have to use the supplied charger that came with this device. Next thing I really liked is that though it's having that 5100 milliamp hour battery, then also the handset is not very heavy. It does not feel like you're holding a brick. So in that respect, I would say Lenovo has done a very good job, and the weight distribution is done very well on this device. I also like the fact that it's having a Super AMOLED screen that's made by Samsung, and the quality of the screen is actually very good. Another thing that I've noticed is that this device supports reverse charging. So you can actually charge other smartphones with this one, and they have bundled that reverse charging adapter in the box. And yes, USB OTG also works. So these were the things that I actually liked with this device. And also regarding the performance, as I've mentioned earlier also, the performance was very good. The Snapdragon 625 chipset handles everything fine. And also in the general UI and general performance, the performance was good. I did not face any lagging issues or anything like that with this device. By the way, guys, I'm using the 4GB RAM variant. Now, moving to some of the things that I did not like on this device is that certainly you are paying sort of a premium for this device. The 3GB RAM model is sold for 17,000 and the 4GB RAM model is sold for 18,000. And the sad thing is that even with the 4GB RAM model, the internal storage is just 32GB. Lenovo, come on, you should have given at least 64GB of internal storage, considering that you are charging such a big premium. So I don't like that. Also, moving to the camera, as I've mentioned earlier also, the camera performance is strictly average. Again, if you want better performing camera, specifically the rear facing camera, if you're looking at the Moto G4 Plus or even the Honor 6X have a better rear facing camera. So the camera is just mediocre, I would say. Not bad, not good, sits in the middle. As I've mentioned earlier also, as it's a Lenovo device, I'm not very sure about the software updates. With Android security updates, updates, Lenovo has slowed down a lot. So yes, this device will eventually get the Android Nougat update, but when? That's a very big question mark. So to sum it up, I would say this Lenovo P2 is a good performing device, but certainly you are going to pay a premium for this one. And I feel this is a device not for everyone. This is a device specifically for people who are very heavy users and always complain about battery life. If you are that sort of a person, then you can go with this device, because even for heavy users, it should easily last for about 1.5 days. And if you're sort of a normal user, it should last easily for about 2 to 2.5 days. I've also posted another video where I answers most of your frequently asked questions about this Lenovo P2. I'll have the link for that video in the YouTube show notes. So again, check out that for more info. I hope you found this video review helpful. If you found it helpful, I'll appreciate if you can click the like button. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.